expecting Kevin and Craig. No, necessarily. It's not me.
But,
So how are you?
I got elevated my position.
From fire
Assistant.
Gentlemen, can we sit and start?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We seem to get all the money.
Yeah. He does a good job.
All right. Good morning, everyone. This is the MCRPC Transportation Technical Committee meeting. It's August 20th. It's a little bit past 10:30. I'm calling us to order as of 10:33. I just want to note Ray Lai will not be here today. He is on he's out for family reasons. His mother-in-law died, so he's going to be at the service this morning. And I am crossing for him. For anyone, I think everyone knows me now, so I won't even go into that. We do have a couple of new sort of face-to-face participants. I'll start with the newest, who is David Brown. Wave to the camera, please, David, who is the new general manager from Connect Transit. So this is the first time we're seeing him, and we're happy to welcome him. Often heard, but not seen, Craig Schonkweiler from the city of Bloomington over here can just wave, and everyone is wearing blue, except for Jerry, of course, to stand out, and Kevin. So it will be difficult to tell us apart. Anyway, I am going to simply run down the list of who's here, and I really already have that. So hi Dan, are you arranging here? Can you hear us? Gotcha, cool. Anyone who cannot hear us, who's on the call, on the GoToMeeting, please just raise your hand or scream into your microphone or whatever, and we'll see if we can get it fixed. Tom, are you all set?
Yep, we're good.
Excellent, thank you. Okay, so I have a sense of who's here. I see no one present to offer public comment, nor do I see anyone on the GoToMeeting call for that purpose. I have received no contacts to that effect. You have been sent the minutes of the June 18th meeting of the technical committee, and I would like to ask for a motion to approve, and then we'll discuss any changes that are needed.
So moved.
Gotcha, thank you. I want to remind everyone, thank you, Dan. Unless you are present and or unless the person participating remotely asks permission to join and participate and has a good reason under open meetings that we can approve here with those on here in person. I can't accept votes or motions from people who are participating remotely. Mostly at the moment that means Dan. Sorry, Dan. But what it really means is that we have to really stick with the quorum here in the room, unless under open meetings you feel you have a reasonable case for participating remotely. We'll go into this in more detail before next week's policy meeting, so everybody's on board with it. Okay, so I have, sorry, who was that? Who? Brian, thank you so much. Can I have a second from the room, please?
I'll second.
Thank you, Jerry. Anyone have comments, questions, or corrections to the minutes from, I'm sorry, that was July 23rd. I forgot to update that in the agenda. So July 23rd, any changes, corrections? Going once, going twice? Hearing none. Those in favor, please raise your hands if you're in the room. Got it. Thank you so much. Moving on, and as you can see, we have a rather long list of things to do this morning. Let's move on. The amendment 3A that is presented to you is actually a revision of the amendment number 3 that was done last month on behalf of Showbus. And we had a comment, Tom relayed a comment from FTA with respect to the content. Tom, you want to go ahead? Tom?
Yeah, it was, well, Tony Griep with FTA, upon receipt of what we presented last month, was maybe a little bit confused. He was asking, is this what's going to be put in the tip? Indicating, that it is within a different format than one would typically see in the tip. So I just basically waited to get from you what you sent out yesterday or today, and then I'll send that to him as a additional piece of, but also reminding him that Showbus is not within the urbanized area, and it's actually a informational item, not a functioning finance piece.
Yeah,
I'll just Showbus is not required to be in the tip.
Correct.
Okay.
There is a slight further complication in that Showbus operates under as an operator for McLean County, which is the grant recipients, I mean, for all of them. And so since the county is part of the MPO participant set, we kind of tended to, Showbus has been included in our tip for as long as I've been here. So it's a long-standing arrangement. And I think the idea is to make sure that everyone understands their situation vis-a-vis public transportation in the rest of the county and the other counties.
Wrong. I'm not arguing that it can't be in the tip. It's just not required to be in the tip.
Gotcha.
In it doesn't preclude its being financed as far as projects go. Where
Right.
with FHWA, those federally funded projects have to be in the tip if they're going to fly. So that's just more stringent.
Got it. Thank you.
Yep.
And we'll proceed on that basis. So this is essentially the same text that we used last month to talk specifically about capital projects at Showbus, the Showbus facility up in Chenoa. But we've added to it a more complete picture of the grant positions and anticipated allocations from a series of of grant agreements, some of which are still pending for FY22. And the whole thing will basically get shoved in at the beginning of the current show bus entry in the TIP, which is actually more extensive than this. Anyone have questions about that or concerns? Very good. May I ask for a motion to approve, please?
So moved.
Thank you, Bob. Second?
So,
Thanks. Okay, any questions? Seeing none, those in favor, please say aye or raise their hand or whatever they feel like doing. Aye's good. All right. That's everybody. Thanks so very much. Moving on to where we're going to make Bob's life a misery.
go ahead.
Probably not too much so, because if you will look at, oops, I don't think I copied that part. No, I have it all. So on this usual form that we use for District 5 amendments, we have amendments 4 through 9. We don't usually have that many amendments this early in the year, but whatever. So it looks to me like we have 2 that are amendments to existing projects and then several others that are additions of new projects, correct?
Yeah, what we have is some projects that were in FY21.
Right.
And so the leftover funds
Right.
and the continuing of the projects have been moved to 22. So that's what we have on K030, Y089,
Mm-hmm.
and then A168 and J043.
Okay.
So those are continuing projects. It was just moving the funds. And then the other 2 projects, PP 2022-2 and CM 22-5014 are brand new projects.
Okay. So I've made the correction on their status in my notes, so I'll fix that in a minute. I hate to say this, but for ease of management further on, we're going to have to take these one at a time. And I think what I'll just do is ask for, a motion on each one in a second, and then we'll have, if you have any questions for Bob, we'll go with those and then take a vote. So starting with item 6, amendment number 4, can I have a motion, please? Anyone feel like it? Anyone who isn't Bob, who really sort of wanted to do it?
So moved.
Thank you, Ron. Second, please.
I'll second.
Thank you. You have to get used to writing David. Anyone have questions about this? As Bob said, this is an ongoing project. Yes.
Bob, I think I had talked to Scott Neihart, and I think the north limit is now Gregory. Is that correct?
Which one?
On the Main Street, US 51. I think the north limit has been moved to Gregory Street.
Oh, explaining that up to Gregory?
Right,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, he told me that he had spoke to you about it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, this is how I got it from District 5, so I didn't want to leave it until we had a chance to talk about it, which is what we're doing now. I think we should note
Could we just move to amend the?
move to amend it and point out that if you want to weigh in, Kevin, on the south boundary, feel free.
Yeah.
That in the case of College Avenue, it's now Gregory Street. And in Bloomington,
Didn't get changed,
didn't get changed
as
for
far
you?
as I know, yeah.
Okay, all right, then we'll stick with what we have and we'll,
Ryan has better connections than I do.
okay, so that being the case, the motion is for that amended version of the amendment. Any questions or comments on that basis? Then, unless there are questions for Bob further, let's go ahead and vote. Those in favor, this is again Main Street, the core Main Street project. Any questions about that? I'll fill you in, David, at some point, because it's very germane for you guys. All those in favor, please say aye or raise your hand or do both if you're feeling enthusiastic. Okay, thank you, everyone. Okay, got that. So item 7, amendment number 5. This is Morrissey between Oakland and Veterans. Bob, you want to fill us in briefly on that one?
Again, that's just, the PE preliminary engineering phase 1 and phase 2 funds just being moved from 21 to 22.
Okay,
And the works is continuing on.
okay, and in order to reflect that in the tip, would anyone like to offer a motion to adopt this amendment? Kevin, thank you. Second? Thank you, Jerry. It's nice to see everyone getting a workout on the motions. Any questions on this for Bob or in any other sense?
Where is the project at as a engineer been selected? Yeah, is an engineer been selected? Okay. Has an engineer been selected for the project yet, or
Has it been one?
an engineer been selected?
I don't know that for sure.
Okay, I was just curious where it stood.
I'll find out and send you.
Okay.
Okay, great. All right, any other questions? All those in favor, please raise your hand and or say aye. Thank you. Okay, moving on. So item number 8, amendment number 6, again from District 5. Bob, can I interest you in
Yeah,
telling us
this
what this is
was,
about?
this one's just crack sealing. And the urban section is, we've got Tawanda Barnes East 2.09 miles.
Okay,
So this is part of an overall bigger contract. And the total cost for that contract's $142,000. So this one's $25,000
right,
of it is within the MPO.
okay. Motion to approve, please. Jerry. Second, please. Thank you, Ryan. Any further questions for Bob or also otherwise on this? Seeing none, those in favor, please raise your hands and or say aye if you're feeling enthusiastic. Everyone, thank you very much.
Only for enthusiasts.
No, I mean, if you want to be lethargic and just raise your hand, that's completely fine.
Gotta be perky to know that.
I'm just so freaked out by still having everyone in the room, most everyone in the room, that I'm just sort of trying to deal, but I will calm down, I promise. By the end of the year, it'll be old hat again, unless of course we start doing this. Okay, item 9, approval of amendment 7. So again, this is one of the new ones, correct, Bob?
Yeah, this is a new project. It's patching on I-55
Okay,
and it's state only funding, so.
right. I'm sure we're all very grateful. I certainly am when I go back and forth to Springfield to see magic happen. So, motion to approve? Thank you, David. Second, please. Thank you, Kevin. Any further questions? Seeing none, those in favor, please respond as you see fit. Thank you all. That one carries as well, as so many have. This is the first time I've had to go to a second page for one of these. It's kind of shocking, but here we are. Closing in on the end. So amendment 8, item 10, A168, which is a number we know and love. Bob, you want to give us the details here?
Yeah, this is just the feasibility study, which is going on now for Veterans Parkway. So
Okay.
this is moving that 21 money that's left to 22.
Okay. Anyone have questions about this?
Hey, Bob, where's that at as far as, I know we, had the public meeting, it's been months ago now and stuff, but hadn't heard anything more.
I haven't heard anything. So I'll do some checking on that.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, thank you.
Okay, I think we'd all be interested after that very elaborate presentation on the intersection and
The alternatives, yeah.
the alternatives that don't seem to actually improve anything is the part that had me a little puzzled. So the more we can find out about that, the better. Okay, so for amendment 8, I have a motion to approve. Bob. Second to Bob's motion. Thank you. Great. Any further questions? Seeing and hearing none. Those in favor, please respond. That's everybody. Thank you. Motion passes. Finally, amendment number 9. So this is yet another carryover. Is that correct, Bob?
This is the preliminary engineering phase 1 and phase 2 for US 50 Illinois 9. So it's work that's continuing,
Okay,
and this is moving the FY 21 funds to 22.
got it. Motion to approve. Anybody? Thank you, Kevin. And a second, please.
Second.
Thank you, Ryan. Any questions for Bob on the content here?
Yeah, Bob, any updates on it?
Yes. Okay, anything further? In that case, hearing nothing. Those in favor, please respond. Thank you all. Motion carries. Good grief, that took forever. All right. Thank you all for that. Moving to items of information or discussion, that which may arise. The one thing I'm going to mention again is that we are currently, thanks to guidance from both the Attorney General's office and also from the State's Attorney's office here for McLean County, in a essentially in-person mandate, but with cautions, because of course we're in our, with students coming back and everything, we're kind of looking at a potential ongoing Delta variant increase. So everyone wants to be very cautious. Here in the building, for the most part, the current state of play is mask wearing indoors. I'm simply trying to stay a little bit separated from everyone so people can hear me, because through the mask, it can be impossible with microphones. So we will continue with that. For the remainder of the year and possibly beyond, we will be meeting in this room for both technical and policy committees, partly to allow for enough spacing and for people to feel comfortable being in the room. And all I can say is watch your local guidance from your own agencies and from whomever else may be proposing it, because it seems to shift a little bit all the time. The thing we do know is that by the county's reckoning, we are now required to be in person under the terms of the Open Meetings Act. I have nothing further. If anyone else has something they would like to add under that which may arise.
Yeah, this is Tom Caldwell.
Yes, Tom.
JD or James, you're not on the line, right? Or Betsy or anybody?
I don't see them, no.
Okay. Well, just this last week, JD Stevenson announced that as of, approximately 1 month from now, September 26th, he is retiring from Illinois Division of FHWA and going to be working with the Springfield, Missouri MPO. And that's where he's originally from, he and his wife both. So anyway, JD won't be with us after a month, which I'm happy that he's getting to move, but I'm sad that he's leaving.
Likewise, yet another in the long list of shocks we've encountered in the last year or so in terms of people switching hosts and retiring and doing the things they want to do. So I'll reach out to JD, and I'll mention, by the way, that he has informed us that, I think he mentioned this 3 weeks ago, that there is going to be a performance review of MCRPC sometime early next year. So that would be a shiny new experience without JD. Thank you, Tom.
Yeah, James Klein, who's been at meetings before, he's pretty much kind of interimly taking his spot. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right, thanks. Our next scheduled meeting, again, in this room, absent changes in the protocol, will be September 17th at 10:30. And unless anyone has anything further, I'd welcome a motion to adjourn. Thank you. And Kevin, thank you also. All those in favor, just respond however you wish. Excellent. We are adjourned, and it is 10:53.